Hi, this is the Reluctant Nabi back again, and I wanted to weigh in on this particular question. Okay, so let me greet everybody real quick. Hovorna hardu da all the way to the bang vasas los bonjour mes amis. Keto bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama sani bonani jambo habarigani. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Kumusta ka? Kumusta po kayo? Talafalava soy fu. Now, in this one, who wins hand to hand? This was a question that was asked to people on TikTok, right? And basically, for non-comic book readers, it went based on their opinions, went based on their feelings, their race, and a lot of closet racists come out when asked this question. But hands down, this fight is only going one way. And this is what was posed. Without gadgets, all right, without gadgets and suits, who will win a hand-to-hand fight between T'Challa, Black Panther, or Bruce Wayne, aka Batman? Now, this video is going to debunk the replies in said debate. Because hands down, it isn't even a question. Black Panther wins hands down. I'm going to say that right off the top. But you'll figure out why in a minute based on comic book readers. All right? Instead of fans of either character. Based on comic book readers. Now, I like the mess out of Black Panther and Batman. I owned mostly Batman comics. But I own significant Black Panther comics. Like when he beat the Fantastic Four. All right, which was just his introduction. All right, so I own some Black Panther comic, but I own Batman comics all the way up to when he got his back broken by Bane. Azrael took over, and a couple other people took over. And the thing with Azrael is Azrael became an offshoot having a 4 comic book series. So this is how much I'm into Batman. And versus Black Panther, he gets his behind handed to him. Period. And it happens for these reasons when we're going to go up debunking what a lot of people was putting out in this debate. All right? But first, for the brothers that and sisters that are that know what my channel is all about, don't forget, if you want to help the channel out, my Cash App and PayPal me will be in the description box. Remember, you always take care of yourself and family first. All right, always take care of yourself and family first. And as you know, I'm in Brazil doing my thing. So for those of you that was hanging out in the live, I kind of show you what I walk through when I go into the favelas. And I deleted the video. All right, still have it on my phone. So I will, if you want to know what's really up, for those that want to travel with me, there is serious risk in this. All right, so with that said, let's roll on with this. All right, one of the things is with prep time is out of this. Prep time is out of the question. All right, because when they asked this, because Batman and Black Panther are from 2 universes, Black Panther from Marvel Universe, Batman from DC Universe, they're not going to know each other. Now, here's the problem with Batman can beat anyone with prep time. He hasn't beat everyone even with prep time. Okay, so he's lost a few. All right. The other thing is that Batman has lost against a person that have the same skill set as himself, since he trained with the person. We'll get to that in a minute. So the main reason that Batman loses, even with prep time, is this. Black Panther came up against someone more powerful than Batman, who, it was a Skrull character. A Skrull character, which is a super powered being, trained all his life to specifically beat the real Black Panther, aka T'Challa. Now, I want to bring this out. When I introduced him, I introduced T'Challa, Black Panther, then fighting Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, which gets into the other thing. Black Panther is a title. It is not T'Challa's alter ego, whereas Batman is the alter ego of Bruce Wayne. So basically, when you're asking about this, you're asking for a fight between T'Challa, who is the Black Panther, because that's his title. Like King Henry IV, his title is king. All right, so Black Panther is T'Challa's title against Bruce Wayne. Okay, so it's T'Challa, who is Black Panther, which is a king title for the person that rules Wakanda, against Black Panther, against Bruce Wayne. Now, I wanted to give you time to read this. Batman is given to be one of the smartest people on Earth. And this goes into this prep time. Black Panther is given to be one of the smartest people in the known Marvel universe. All right, the Illuminati part, not the Jay-Z stuff. It was a superhuman group that was put together to deal with threats on a universal level that even other intelligence in the universe had a difficult time dealing with. On this is Reed Richards, which people would argue Reed Richards is smarter than Batman. They will go back and forth on Tony Stark, Submariner, and Black Panther is in this. When you go into wealth, well, you see that. Now, this goes into this preparation versus, well, let me put it to you this way. When we get back to the villain that trained all his life specifically to beat that Black Panther, mopping up everybody else, came up to Black Panther and said, I can tell that you are the real Black Panther. I've trained all my life to fight you. And Black Panther said he trained all his life to fight the unknown. This is why Bruce Wayne is at a disadvantage. People went into his contingency plan, and I want y'all to hear this. People went into his contingency plan and said Bruce Wayne beat all these people in the contingency plan. Black Panther don't have a contingency plan because he has already trained himself to fight the unknown. Now, let me say something about Bruce Wayne's contingency plan. All of us that reads comic books know how to defeat the Justice League. You know why we know how to defeat the Justice Leagues? Because we know what their power set is. Period. We know what their power sets are, and we also know their weaknesses. So yeah, we can defeat them too. A person that defeated Bruce Wayne hand to hand, his name was Bronze Tiger. You may get a look at the fight in Soul of the Dragon. Bronze Tiger trained with Batman. And that fight was with Bruce Wayne, and that fight wasn't even close. While on the other hand, where people put Bruce Wayne equal to Captain America, the Black Panther easily dispatched Captain America. Knew who he was, but dispatched him easily. Didn't break a sweat. All right. So let's look into the mythos. So now you get rid of preparation. You get rid of intelligence, because you know one of the most intelligent men in the world versus one of the most intelligent people or intelligent minds in the universe, okay, that's out of the window. One who, if he knows about you, can devise a plan to defeat you, and this goes into all the martial arts that Batman knows. It's the same martial arts that T'Challa knows, except Challa knows how to fight Wakandan. And we'll get into this a little bit in a minute. T'Challa knows how to fight Wakandan. So, basically, a person that needs information to develop a plan versus a person that have trained all their life to fight the unknown, so they don't need to know who the entity is. They have an advantage when they both meet hand to hand, where preparation goes out of the window, because preparation requires traps and stuff and using stuff. Remember, we took away the uniform and gadgets. So, at the end of the day, I said at the beginning, Bruce Wayne loses hands down. But we're forgetting another thing. It's how you become Black Panther. The Black Panther fights all comers and takers in Wakanda. Wakanda is like a bunch of super soldiers without the plant thing. So Wakanda, without the heart-shaped herb, most of them can beat Batman and Wakanda and Captain America, because there is something about them. Throughout the history of the world, when it came to hand to hand, people to people, all right, for the Europeans, when they went into Africa and into South America and stuff, always lost people to people. And had it not been for the Gatling gun, the Zulus would have mopped them up. And had it not been for their guns and armor, the Aztecs would have mopped them up. Oh, and the fact that they spread diseases that wiped out whole groups and communities and races. All right. Barring that, everybody would have wiped them out. All right. And so a lot of the comments was like, damn, A lot of was borderline racist. Some of them weren't racist. But the comic book people, some comic book people had a valid argument, but they left out these facts about who Black Panther is versus Batman, both white and black. Because most of us were more a fan of Batman than Black Panther from the beginning, is because he's more ubiquitous. All right. But some of us who read Black Panther's comics were a fan of Black Panther as well as Batman. Me more so Batman because I own most of his stuff. So when you get down to this, it's really not a question. But it seems like when you ask this particular question, it turns out to be more a question of race. And I have a bias towards Black Panther, and I can admit it, because of his race. I'm glad they put something in it. But then my bias kind of wanes, because there's a lot about Black Panther I don't like in the way he is written. And I don't like the fact of how he was created. Given his power set, I don't like the fact of how he was created. I don't like the fact that I think Kevin Feige and Disney is racist on this level, because you get a strong Afro male character, and for some reason, it's the one icon in the history of icons that you said we can't ever have another strong Afro male character, where they replace Superman, they replace every other damn white icon. All right. And so when we get into this, it is a lot about race, no matter how much people want to say it's not. It just is. All right. I can admit that bias, but on this one, I can say in an unbiased way, I did not see Batman losing because he was a white guy. I saw Batman losing all the time for the reasons I mentioned. Because he's always going to be fighting a person that seemingly has super soldier serum. All right. When he eats the herb, he rises above super soldier serum. Remember, the Wakandans are people that are naturally as strong as Marvel super soldiers already, with a skill set and fighting knowledge that goes back eons, which is why they were never really conquered. They would be done in from the inside out. See, that's something to remember. But people don't read that. People don't read. And people don't read because if he's a black character, a lot of white people aren't going to read him like a black people will, because he was a character written for us. So they're not going to be as knowledgeable about all things Black Panther. So a lot of it isn't race. Their bias is for Batman. They know more about him. They know less about Black Panther. But a lot of the comments were racist. All right. And prejudice is okay, because like Black Batman, because we all like Batman. And let's be honest, a lot of Afro people like Batman better than Black Panther until the movie came out. Again, not comic book readers. All right. Black Panther was the crumb given to Afro people. And so some of us was like, oh, wow, he beat the Fantastic Four. He beat the Avengers, this, that, and the other. All right. Batman is an icon given to everybody. Understand that. This is why it's so easy for white people, Kevin Feige, to say we will never have another Black Panther movie with a male lead. Because part of the racist agenda behind all of this, and I want Caucasians to understand, is any Afro man that lifts up the community, they want to bash that down and put the female in charge, because our females are wiping us out. We're going extinct. But then you probably know this because you're going to be extinct as Caucasian people. Kind of for the same reasons, which was what was targeted at us is now seeping into y'all. And as regular people, you're starting to see it and starting to have some understanding. These are two icons given for two different reasons. This is a non-debate. Black Panther wins hands down. But the reason why it is a debate is most people don't read Black Panther. So they don't know. They just don't know. And that's forgivable. Think about it.